folks, welcome back to Nostalgianomics. No, the title was not clickbait. The data we have today could change the way that you see and invest in Pokemon sets moving forward. Now, some of the data today was courtesy of PokeSun TCG. You can follow her on Instagram. She's got a pretty large following, or you can reach out to her in either Nostalgianomics Discord that she's a part of and show her some love and thank her for this data. By the way, she's also been on the channel for a live stream if you want to go check out that live stream on the channel. But what we're talking about is there's a very real correlation in the total value of the cards in each set compared to where they rank on the top booster boxes per era and how valuable those booster boxes are. Now, we're going to look at Sun and Moon, and then we're going to look at Sword and Shield, and we'll even look at some Scarlet and Violet, how it's already going, but it's a little early on those. But there are some very real similarities in Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon, and there's some very real differences. And those differences may mean one thing. Things are changing, or some of the sets right now are undervalued or overvalued, and they may change places as time goes on to more reflect and mimic the way that Sun and Moon is turning out. And so let's jump into it. Let's talk about it, and hopefully it helps. Guys, as always, every single data point you can find, it's always just a tool. Nothing is an end-all, be-all. Nothing is 100% rule, but it could help you make some decisions that could benefit you in the future. So before we do that, I got to shout out today's video sponsor. It's none other than Poppin. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I've been buying a lot of cards from Poppin lately. They've had some really good deals. What's also true is they don't discriminate, man. They got a little bit of everything. They've got English, Japanese, modern, vintage, sealed, slabs, signature cards. It doesn't matter if you're looking for it. Poppin's got it. And what's great about Poppin is when you do go to purchase something like this beautiful full art Charizard EX from Flashfire, you can make an offer on it. They consider that. You can buy now, pay later, or you can reach out to them on Instagram or email if you have a trade, because they are always buying, selling, and trading. So if you are looking in the market for any of those cards, you want to check out Poppin. The link will be in the description and the comment section below. Let's jump into the data, guys. Here we are. So let's start out with Sun and Moon. To make it a little more colorful and not just all black and white, I made the top 4 sets green, the bottom 4 sets red, and kept the middle 4 as like a neutral black. But as you can see, PokeSun went and put together the total value of all the singles in the set. Now, this was a few days ago now that this video is being posted, so maybe they're a little off, but everything is going to be very close. This was recorded in the middle of the week. This is 4/18 today, so it shouldn't be too far off from when this video gets released. However, as you can see, Team Up has a total value of $2,857 for all the singles. Then it goes down to Cosmic Eclipse, Unified Minds, Unbroken Bonds. The middle sets, Ultra Prism, Lost Thunder, Celestial Storm, Burning Shadows. And the lower sets, Forbidden Light, Guardians Rising, Sun and Moon Base, and Crimson Invasion. Now, I think everyone kind of already knew most of this order already. But when you go to look at the actual box prices, it's crazy because the boxes actually almost mimic exactly where the cards are in the set on the list. So it's like Team Up has the highest value. It's the highest box price. Number 2 is Cosmic. Number 2 is Cosmic. Now, the Unified Minds and Broken Bonds, Ultra Prism, they're out of whack a little bit, but they're very close. And as you can see, the value of the cards is all very close. So I don't think those are as much of an outlier to really draw any major conclusions, but they are all very close, and they are keeping very close in value. Then you jump down to Lost Thunder. It's got a little bit less value than those 3. It's going for a little less, right? Celestial Storm is an outlier. We'll talk about that. But you go to Burning Shadows, it's much less valuable. It's a much less valuable box. And as so on down the list, as you get lower and lower on the total dollar cost per card, or total dollar cost of all the cards, it moves down the list of total booster box price, moving lower as well. Now, there is an outlier here with Celestial Storm. The only conclusion I can draw from that is it's a Rayquaza box art. And, Rayquaza has a huge fan following. And so I'm not sure if that is really driving the price of that, or just the scarcity of it on the market in general. But that's the one major outlier I can see as having a good amount less value in cards than Unified Minds, but still being more valuable than Unified Minds. So there is one outlier in Sun and Moon. Let's jump down to Sword and Shield now. This is going to be eye-opening for some people. All right. So value of the cards. I'm pretty sure, most people probably knew a lot of these, but as you can see, Evolving Skies number 1 is crazy, right? Evolving Skies actually has just about the same value as Team Up, but Team Up's 3 times the price. Does that mean Evolving Skies is heading that way? Maybe. Number 2, Chilling Reign by a huge margin. Chilling Reign is 50% more valuable in terms of cards than Fusion Strike, Lost Origin, any of them. Like 50% more than Fusion Strike. That's a lot, folks. Fusion Strike's number 3. Then you go to Lost Origin. The middle ones, Brilliant Stars, Astral, Silver Tempest, and Battle Styles. I was talking about this in a live stream and I got some heat for it. Guys, Astral Radiance is a lot more value than Silver Tempest. If you took Lugia out of Silver Tempest, it wouldn't even be close. Astral Radiance is an underrated set for how much hate it gets. Battle Styles is obviously there right there. And then the bottom 3 are going to be the Rebel Clash, Sword and Shield base, Vivid Voltage, and Darkness Ablaze. Now, obviously, Rebel Clash and base set are going to be a little out of whack. We'll talk about that. Other than that, though, you can see the list remains pretty similar, right? They kind of correlate the box prices with how expensive the sets are. Now, right now, the second Fusion Strike is a little higher value than Chilling Reign, but Chilling Reign is catching it. And honestly, seeing this high of a card value over Fusion Strike, it reaffirmed my bullishness on Chilling Reign. And there is a chance it does recapture the second place spot and pass Fusion Strike. But again, this is just one data point. Maybe the Gengars and the Mews are just strong enough to outdo the Blazikins and the Galarian Moltres and things like that. But then you jump down to Lost Origin. No surprise there. Now, when Lost Origin goes out of stock at Pokemon Center, maybe these numbers change. Because here's the thing, guys. As the box price rises, the value of the cards could also rise, which will, kind of be a self-fulfilling prophecy either way. But, Lost Origin, number 4, no surprise. Then you drop down and it's Brilliant Stars, Astral, Silver Tempest, Battle Styles. I don't think there's any surprises there. And then Rebel Clash, Sword and Shield base, Vivid Voltage, Darkness Blaze. So I don't think these have surprised anyone, but I think these people have questions on why these are so valuable. Both of these sets came out right in the middle of that big, COVID, Logan Paul, free money from the government boom. And they didn't get the massive reprints like Vivid Voltage and Darkness Ablaze did. And although they're weak sets, they're just scarce enough that they went up in value and they held their value because they didn't have massive reprints knock them back down. So that's one of the reasons that these are holding their value, even though the cost of the value of the single cards inside just aren't there. And so I would expect, unless the singles really start doing something, I would expect these box prices to remain pretty stagnant. I would expect a lot of these boxes to end up passing these in the coming, months and years. But that's just my speculation. Let's go ahead and look at Scarlet and Violet, then we'll come back and talk about these a little more. So Scarlet and Violet era, this is how it's looking so far. So again, don't read into this too much. These are still very new. So if we look at Temporal Forces, it's a brand new set, right? So of course the singles are going to be valued higher. I do expect this to fall, but no surprises. Paldea Evolved, it's the most expensive booster box, and it's got the highest dollar singles hits besides Temporal Forces. I don't think it's a surprise anyone. I mean, look at the value in that compared to Scarlet Violet Base or Obsidian Flames. I mean, we're talking like triple the value of those sets. It's pretty crazy. Paradox Rift, I don't think anyone's surprised about this. It's got the third most valuable singles. It is the third box right now. And then you have Scarlet Violet Base and Obsidian Flames being, the bottom 2. Scarlet Violet Base is the absolute cheapest box. However, Obsidian Flames is a bit more expensive than Scarlet Violet Base and Paradox Rift, even though the singles are so less valuable. And I think that's just a factor of maybe the Charizards. Although Darkness Ablaze didn't have that effect, it's because there were other Charizard chases that were more valuable in mainline sets, such as, Brilliant Stars and, I guess Champion's Path isn't a mainline set. But right now, we just have other Charizards in Paldean Fates and 151. And so this is the only mainline booster box set that has a Charizard. So that could be holding the price of the box up, even though the singles aren't valuable at all. But again, it's more speculation. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, like this reaffirms why Paldea is so strong. The singles inside, they're worth. I mean, I expect Temporal Forces to continue to fall as the set ages a little bit, and I believe Paldea Evolved will take the top spot. Going up here though, let's kind of compare Sun and Moon to Sword and Shield. So, I mean, as you can see, like Chilling Reign having a $1,235 total value in singles. I mean, that's on the lines of like a Lost Thunder Ultra Prism. Those are $550 and $675 boxes, right? Evolving Skies, basically the same value as Team Up, although it's 1/3 the price of Team Up, right? And you can kind of go down the list and make those same conclusions. And, even sets like this, like Crimson Invasion, they have a $278 total value of singles, or Sun and Moon base have a 405 total value of singles. I mean, that's along the lines of some of the weakest sets in Sword and Shield. However, they still climb to $200 and $300 a box, right? Guardians Rising Forbidden Light, they only have a $500 and $600 in singles, but they still climb to $450 a box. So when you come down here and look, well, Battle Styles, Astral Radiance, Brilliant Stars, like these are all, maybe a little worse, but as good or better than a lot of these sets. And they're still $450 boxes. And so I think this shows a lot of potential and gives you a lot of confidence on the only thing this is missing is age and more scarcity on the market. As these continue to get eaten up in age, I expect a lot of these sets, because they are stronger and they're already seeing better singles value, to actually start to age and see prices like this in the future. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of these boxes in the $300, $400, $500, $600 range. I wouldn't be surprised to see Evolving Skies eventually start to compete with Team Up, with the value of the singles being just as much. And you could argue, being more sought after. I mean, I know the Latios, Gengar, Mimikyu, I get it, but these Altars and Evolving Skies are some of the most popular cards ever, not just in this era, ever. And so, take the data for what you will. Obviously, again, guys, don't get too married to it. This is always just one data point. Just like, when you're looking at single cards, population reports are just one data point. When you're looking at, print runs, or trying to decide on how big the print run was, or how many reprints, or when they came, those are all just one data point. So always, just take everything with a grain of sand. But this is, it does give you some confidence on seeing how Sword and Shield already compares to Sun and Moon with the singles values, and how low their booster box prices are compared to Sun and Moon. And literally the only difference I can really tell is time, age, and scarcity of supply. And if everything continues to go the same way in Sword and Shield in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 years as it did with Sun and Moon, I think we're in for some good times ahead. So I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think, as always, in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed the video. My name's Alex. This is Nostalgianomics, and I'll be back here in a new one soon. I'm out.